Okay, we are officially live, and I just want to welcome everyone to Wellness Wednesday. My name is Tammra Hellemn. I'm a Senior Sales Director with Mary Kay, and I am your host for Wellness Wednesday tonight. And I am super excited because we have a special guest on with us, and it is my dear friend, Bethany Reul. I am so excited to introduce Bethany to you. And I'll just say, from a personal respect, Bethany and I met several years ago. She actually found me online. She was a Part Ear resident and looking for some products. And you just never know what putting yourself out into the world in a good way will bring you. And Bethany was one of the greatest gifts that came out of my starter kit. So she's become first she became a customer, then she became a dear friend. She was my personal trainer and helped teach me about nutrition. And I'm just gonna say, I have a nursing background, but I can give other people ideas. But when it came to me, I really needed to be a student, and she's an excellent teacher, and she's just a great wealth of information. You have a blog and a coaching business, and so you hail from Kentucky, right?
I do.
Louisville, right? Now
Yeah.
you're in Sarasota, Florida. And so it's my honor to introduce Bethany to you. So, Bethany, do you want to just
Aw.
tell them anything else that you'd like to share about yourself?
Well, thank you. So Tamra, like she said, I found her on a Google search. She came up first page because I love my Mary Kay. I have very sensitive skin, so it's the only, product I can put on my face and it not break it out or just feel like super heavy. And I have, tried all the fancy brands, and I could continually come back to Mary Kay, and I've got the newest gloss on. Just FYI, I call it my Barbie girl gloss, pink color. So you'll have to ask Tamra what it is because I can't remember, but I love it. But yeah, so basically Tamra's my oldest friend here in Florida. So we were instant matches after we started working together with the makeup. I've been a personal trainer for over 13 years now. I followed my intuitive self that my 9 to 5 was making me completely miserable. I would come home stressed out, and I decided to start personal training on the side from my own health and wellness journey of finally ridding myself of eating disorders and body, phobia, basically just not following what I needed to follow to be my healthiest, happiest self. And I found, my true passion with personal training and helping people once I conquered my own food demons. And now I spend my time with coaching, blogging, writing, and new digital products that are coming out this fall to help even more people, make exercise a priority and really know how to define their own healthy eating lifestyle. Healthy eating is personal to you. No one can tell you how to eat healthy, not even your personal trainer. It's a personal decision of what kind of relationship you want with your food. And once you determine what that is, everything will manifest itself into the life you want to have. So that's about it in a nutshell. I just love what I
So
do, so I could talk about it
good.
all day.
Yeah, and when it comes, we're going to talk tonight about stress management and about self-care, and food falls into both of those categories, doesn't it? Because I know that me personally, I've had a love-hate relationship with food, comfort food.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I have
Mm-hmm.
things, like emergency chocolate and
Right. And
Ben and Jerry's when things aren't going well. And so, we've got a couple people on here. I just want to acknowledge Melissa is here, and Teresa is here, and Sarah Elizabeth. And so I know that, again, trying to juggle it all, and it doesn't really matter what is going on personally in your life. As women, we go through all different seasons, whether you are a busy executive or whether you are a stay-at-home mom, or whether
right,
you're doing
right.
both, or you're in school, or you're a grandparent. We all encounter stress in some ways, and sometimes if we don't have tools in our toolbox, it
Right.
can kind of bring us
Right.
backwards to bad
Exactly.
habits. Would you say that that's true?
100%. I love your definition of tools in your toolbox. That's really what it comes down to. Me being an emotional eater through and through. I will always be an emotional eater, and I need to acknowledge that, and I need to set up healthy habits that I'm not what they call back into the food. And that's a way for you to understand how best to deal with all the life stress and not put yourself in a worse circumstance by going to a self-sabotaging comforting habit like overeating on some type of food of your choice. That would be an unhealthy food relationship. So again, right, like you said, we as women, we beat ourselves up. I am my worst critic, hands down. There's no one on this earth that could be a worse enemy to myself than me. So knowing that, I have to really incorporate daily mindful habits that keep me centered and living my best life, or I'm going to let life smack me in the face and I'm going to look like the roadkill you see when you drive down the street in Florida. So that's kind of what I like to do, is equip my clients with their toolkit. Again, it's a personalized approach. And the first thing we do, most of my clients come to me for weight loss. So we do a food mood log on a daily basis. And it's not for me to know, or make them feel guilty for having that cookie. It's to understand, well, why did you have not one cookie, but 5 cookies? Like, what was going on? Did you wait too long to eat? Did someone in your life cause you stress? And then that was your go-to habit to deal with that. Are you eating enough healthy carbs in your diet that your body's not craving maybe the bad sugar, to make sure that your body is getting that balance? If your body doesn't know that you're picking a cookie to get balance, it's just making you crave something that you will eat to balance the sugar, but not might be the bad. So again, you have to be, I call your own host, and make those decisions and be really self-aware with mindful meal prepping habits, planning your meals the night before with a logical mind, not relying on the next day when you're in an emotional situation to make the best choice. Because you know what, if I have to eat every 2 or 3 hours. I'm active. That's when I need to eat. If I don't eat, I will, want bad things, and that's natural. So it's really just prepping yourself, and you're going to be more productive if you plan your meals, because then you won't have to, one, figure out where to drive to find something, be stressed out because you can't find something healthy, and two, all that time wasted about thinking about it and going and getting it. We could have just had it there, and knowing that what you're eating is something you pre-planned for yourself with a logical mind and a mindful existence of wanting to feel good that day with energy, so that you could, go kill it, as a side hustle sister.
I
But
love
yeah.
that. And that was one of the best things that you taught me. I mean, I had never meal prepped before, and I meal prep now to this day. And I look forward to meal prepping because I know that it's going to bring peace to my week. And so, that constant, like you said, being stressed out about what you're going to have to have for dinner. When you're hungry, you're hungry. And so, I mean, it was, I probably did more drive-through than I should have at one season, just because, again, you're busy and you're doing life. And I can't imagine when you've got, right now it's me and my husband, but if you got kiddos on top of it, it's really easy to just try to
Right.
want to take care of everybody. And
Yeah. And exactly. And I work with a lot of moms. I would say probably 75% of my clients are moms. And really, it's pre-planning meals that the mom can eat with the kids. The kids and the dad should be eating the same food as the mom. I mean, let's be real. And there's going to be a little bit of fight, but there are, you can make healthy tasty, and it's only going to benefit the entire family from the long run. And two, we know, I mean, I'm sure everyone here has definitely been slapped in the face with this pandemic and having to really budget right now because of, for me, I can't work in a gym right now with my circumstances. And so that was a huge, along with one of my country clubs I manage was all taken away because of COVID. And so we all are looking to budget, and healthy eating is budget friendly, because by you prepping and buying things in bulk, like your chicken breast, your ground turkey, your fish, and, vegetables you can find at Detweiler's. It's cheaper, and it's going to be healthier for the family. And again, that's all a benefit for everyone, budget wise and health wise, for sure. So yeah, just planning it out and making sure that, you do a weekly prep, and it doesn't take long at all, a couple hours, and that's throwing things in an oven or a crock pot or Instapot. It doesn't have to, you don't have to slave away in the kitchen, because I'm not doing it. I'm not going to expect my clients to do it. Find the vegetables that are already cut up, get a Sam's, membership, and buy things in bulk. Like, they deliver to the house now, by the way, a lot of them. I can't even tell you how much time I save with my Target grocery delivery, my Sam grocery delivery, and now Whole Foods Amazon delivery. Like I can be on the phone selling a client while my stuff's being delivered to my house. Like, it's like a no-brainer, and they all carry healthy foods. You can go to Publix and Walmart. Walmart has a 2-hour delivery now. So like, you can get your healthy foods at Walmart. You don't have to make $1 million to eat healthy. It's all about prep, and it's all about working with a coach to help you manage this, because I'm sure, Tammra, you've had a business coach, and you've had me as a health coach. A realtor hired me years and years ago, and we just get to talk. And I said, well, why did you hire me? She said, well, it made sense. I have a business coach for realty, and now I need a health coach to, make sure I'm managing my health correctly. So it's a win-win. I teach people how to eat healthy and save money. So like, they're saving money by hiring me. So, it's all about, purpose and being mindful. And with stress management, especially, you're going to be have less nervous reactions when you're on a good whole food based meal plan. I mean, hands down. You're eating a bunch of sugar, you're over caffeinating. That's not going to help any stressful situation in your life. And first and foremost, you are your own and best investment. And once you invest in your health, it's going to pay you back like quadruple fold. Like, I can't even begin. I could write a whole book on this, which I am, but we'll talk about that later.
You saw her now, ladies. So when she's on Oprah, you can be like, I was there for Wellness Wednesday, and I heard Bethany.
Ask for my autograph now before it really goes up.
Oh, I'm just looking. We have quite a few viewers now. So I want to say hi to Maxine and Forrest. And let's see, Teresa, Side Hustler Sister. She said she gave you a hashtag. Oh. And Jenny Dellinger is on. So welcome.
Welcome, guys.
Yeah, and I know that, again, if you're watching this on the replay, welcome as well. We just appreciate you tuning in. And Bethany, you've said, oh my gosh, you've said so much in just the short time that we have been on here. But what I'm hearing from you is, you said one of the biggest things, like the best investment you can make is in yourself and in your health. And I know that, sometimes, and I'll just speak from experience, busy. And that was one of the things I told you when I work. I'm like, I'm busy. Like, I don't know if I can do this healthy eating thing. Like, how, I don't have time to, but if you planning is essential in life, and in business, we teach you to plan. So why wouldn't you plan for your personal life? And all of those things weave together. The time that it gives you back, the energy that it gives you, the peace that it gives you. And so I think sometimes, as busy women, sometimes we get busy and we put ourselves on the back burner because we think that's not important. And it's actually counterproductive. It's worse. So, self-care. On a scale from 1 to 10, how important is self-care?
Oh gosh, like 10. Yeah. It's, it's your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. We are, I know the overlying theme is stress management strategies. And what's helped me formulate a mindful, productive routine is really going through my day, making notes. Uh, I can escape his first name, but his last name's Burchard, Brian Burchard.
Mhm.
And he just recently published High Performance Habits, and he also has a mindful planner that goes along with it. And it was one that I would highly recommend for anyone who's trying to incorporate mindfulness into their day. They don't even have to own their own business. The reason I like this particular planner, and then his book is amazing, by the way, is because it does make you sit down and, first part of your day and really get in a good mindset. And then it also has it makes you at the end of the day have a recap. And so I find, and I was already kind of in practice in doing that, my morning has to be it has to be a mindful routine. For me, and mindfulness in general is playing to your strengths. And I can't be my best self to my husband, to my clients, to other people that rely on me, or a family that I don't see anymore. So I have to really, make a priority to reach out to them. And I'm not going to be the best person if I don't have a mindful routine that doesn't stress me out, cause me to feel nervous. And so my morning is a very structured. I eat my breakfast. I organically read a chapter or two of my book. I organically then go into my body movement, which for me personally, I love running, but it can be anything for anybody. It can be 1 or 2 yoga poses. It can be walking down the street. It can just be going outside and being in nature, all these things that I've gathered for my stress management help center me for the day. And the night before, I set aside at least I recommend 45 minutes of your day to really reflect on what you got done, what maybe didn't get done, and maybe what obviously prioritize your next day so that you can naturally and organically flow into it and not go, oh my gosh, where did I stop? You have a nice natural progression, and then do a recap at the end of the day. And that's why I like that particular planner, because it kind of already sets that up for people that maybe aren't as in practice. And two, again, just also, if you are as an entrepreneur, what really helped me is to understand what my ROI tasks were, and to put those at the very beginning of the day. And all my interpersonal tasks, meaning staff, general emails, things that were definitely not ROI priority, would definitely come a very far second. And then getting maybe some help from a virtual assistant, but I couldn't really figure out what was stressing me out as far as the type of work and when I needed to do the important work until I really journaled, probably for over a month, all the tasks I did, and also ones that I hated doing and ones I flourished in doing, and also which ones paid me back. And once I decided, the assortment, then I created a routine around it. And so I'm not saying that eliminated my stress, because I had stress today, no joke. It didn't matter what I was doing mindfully, but I was in control of the situation. I had more time and more patience because the controllable task already had a flow. So when something was going to smack me in the face, like it always is going to do, because it's life, I had that much more patience and a little more understanding, and not want to emotionally react to it. So I would say that first and foremost, if you feel like, oh my God, it's 5 o'clock, what did I get done? Take a week, take 2 weeks, take a month, take 3 months, because all that work that you do up front is going to help you manage your stress in a sense of figuring out when you need to do client appointments, when do you need to do sales calls, when do you need to, look at your particular social media and see what's working and not working, or your product, or what product have you moved or not moved, or, all those sorts of things need to be prioritized. And once you have a priority list, then you'll habitually make sure your workflow corresponds with that. And then, at that point you'll have a little more stress management, and just, taking the time and setting yourself up for success. And so all that upfront work is going to really pay you back. And again, the healthy eating is definitely in there. And once you figure out you're spending more time than not figuring out the food situation, I mean, like you just said, Tammra, once you started meal prepping, I'm sure your week was like flawless, and you probably got a lot of more time back into your schedule to do more important things, even just spending more time with your hubby, like just little things. If you just get one particular thing under control, it's going to be a lot less stress down the road.
Oh, it helped tremendously. It helped, give back more time, and also help for the conversations in our house, because nobody is happy when they're hungry. And so if you're coming in at the, and I'm coming in because I've had a day and then I don't have food in my fridge, and then my sweet, well-meaning husband saying, "What's for dinner?" and I bite off his head instead of biting into the food because I haven't planned, and by then I don't care. It delineates all of that. It makes things so much better. And then you might not be in control of a lot of things, but there are things that you can control. And I've always been taught to control my controllables, which helps. I know one of the things when I get stressed, I start to think about, okay, well, what is it about this situation? Is it something that is out of my control, or is it something that I can control? A lot of times it's something I can. And just taking a deep breath and realizing that, like eating, like something simple like that, can make all the difference. I mean, I had a full day today, but in my mind, I already knew, like, okay, I've got, time to eat something. I know what I'm going to eat. I know that I'm having a little breather. I know that, so taking that time to really plan and prepare makes so much difference. And so we did have a question here.
Oh, yeah.
What does ROI stand for?
Oh, return of investment. So it's it's basically your task. Sorry guys, I read so many business books, I just assume. I'm sorry. So your ROI tasks are your tasks that actually produce sales and leads for you. And obviously that's your strategy. So your strategy, all the books I've read to be my most productive self, with, all these proven methods, they say first thing in the morning, fresh perspective is the best time to relook at your strategy, maybe things that you've written the night before, or something that really needs your like A game. So I call that could be a lot of different things, but for the most part, your strategy is your ROI task. And, you're definitely going to get a return of investment if you spend the time doing it. And you'll know, because when you spend the time writing down everything you've done for, a week, I go for a month or two, because I'm sure Tammra can relate. Certain times of the month have certain due dates, time cards, inventory wrap up, So I would probably at minimum, take just to keep a notebook next to you and write down all the tasks you do and how long it took for you to do it that was related to your business, and then go back and see how much time you're spending, and or what things are really taking too much of your time that could really be tasked out to someone else, that has a computer. I mean, so if you take all these little tasks that don't really, they need to be done, like your inventory, but they don't need your strategic mind, it makes sense to get a virtual assistant to do them, because, why are you going to waste your time and your energy on something that isn't going to move your business forward? And so the 80-20 rule that I like, where you spend 20% on the inner workings of your business, so you can spend 80% of your time on the prospecting, because that's going to be most important to keep you, ahead of the game and on top of your game, and building and meeting new clients and networking and doing events. So that's that's how you can finally get to the 80-20, which is the mecca, of business productivity and, return of investment.
Okay, we have one more question for you.
Yeah.
So there are several people that are intrigued with the planner that you mentioned. And the question was proposed, is it a journal, a planner, or is it both?
So here it is. It's about 8 by 11. It's called the High Performance Planner. And Brendan Burchard. So it's Brendon Burchard, Burchard. He just came out with the High Performance Habits book. So this is the planner. So I would pick up both, and I think they're both like I don't know, $10. They're really inexpensive. And start following him. He just has like this, you listen to some people. I like him. I like John Maxwell. Who else do I listen to? I've got some real good, obviously my Rachel Hollis. I mean, like, she's my girl. But again, stress management, relying on mentors who have probably, done this, has been in the same turmoil as you. Podcasting, I listen to all these awesome people on my podcast episodes, really keep me in like the positive mindset, and listening to how they dealt with the same issue that I'm dealing with life or business really makes you feel better that you too can figure it out. Everything is figure outable. That's another girl, Marie something, but she's awesome. And so you should really start following her as well. But if you want a list of my podcast, I'll include it in maybe the notes afterwards. All my podcast episodes that I think are just amazing. I have each one link in my Pinterest that anyone can access. So if you need some that's the place to go and listen to, and they're not long. Some are short, some are, whatever, but that's what keeps me kind of like, helps me refocus, helps me recenter and go and just kind of breathe for a second. That's for sure.
Oh my gosh. So good. So good. Well, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking time to pour into us tonight and to share your knowledge and your experience and your heart. So many good things. Like, I could just sit and listen to you for forever, but I'm respect for time, and I'm sure
you've given me some good no nonsense. So we help each other. That is for sure. It is definitely a shared partnership, and I adore you. And and also Sunny said hi, by the way. She said she's going to try to join us.
Oh, good.
But she's a mutual friend, and it's my tribe. I mean, I've got an awesome girl tribe that like we can lean on each other, and we have. And you've got a great sisterhood here, so just lean on each other and help in whatever way you can, because you won't believe how it will impact someone else. Just help, just giving them a warm smile.
Well, you've definitely given us a warm smile tonight. So thank you again for everything. I want to thank our guests for being on tonight. And again, if you are just tuning in, you can watch the replay. And Bethany, when we're done here, it's okay. I'll post your Facebook page.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to check out, she puts great inspirational stuff. And if you want to connect with her at all personally, she's a great coach if you're looking for someone for a lifestyle coach. So, so again, I just appreciate you. Thank you for the tips. So girls, we want to hear what kind of stress, what your takeaways are. Feel free to post your aha moments.
Please.
And
I want to thank my face to Mary Kay. Every bit of it.
Well, you've been very consistent. I know that's probably part of your routine, but you've been consistent with using your products. They don't work by themselves, so you've been using them. So thank you for that.
And I want to say, if you need some makeup, Tammra is your girl. So please contact her. She will be in the notes as well.
All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for being on tonight. We appreciate you. We're gonna sign off so everybody can get some rest, because that's part of your stress management too. So
exactly.
Soon. Bye-bye.
Take care.